TJ Storm from VR Troopers and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Action, activate. Boom.
What's going on? It's me, Gazbot. With me, as always, is the big Dawg Defender. I'll let him speak for himself. Yeah, I should let you say it. I'm doing it different. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, here we are. We're here for Action Activate. Normally, we do reviews of the episodes of Beast Morphers, but we're branching out and doing news as well. So this is the news episode. And yeah, I'm Gazbot. That's big Dawg Defender. I totally botched that intro. Yep. See, I changed things up, and my whole brain explodes.
I mean, I got to sit here, so it worked out for me.
I should have got this in there.
Well, Gazbot,
yes.
We don't have a lot of news, but we have some good news.
Do we?
Do you want me to lead the charge?
Okay. Do you know what the first news is going to be?
No, but you do.
What? No, lead the charge. What were you going to say? Because
what's the first thing we're talking about news-wise?
Well, the article, the thing I was going to talk about, which I don't think you know about, maybe you do, is the Power Rangers live stage show that's coming up.
Oh, I did not know.
Okay, well, so lead the charge. Go ahead. What about it?
Yeah, so there's a Power Rangers live show coming up, and Gazbot is going to be the first one to break to you the details of it based on an article that he has ready on your screen right about now.
Yes, that's true. This article comes from the Illuminati, which I used to go to Power Rangers Now for my. I'd go anywhere, but that seemed to be the best one. But lately, I've been finding a lot of stuff on Illuminati, so credit where credit is due. On the screen, it's going to be a live stage show back in the style of like the 90s MMPR days where they're going to have like stunt actors and stuff. But what's interesting is supposedly it's going to be multi-generational. So the main characters are going to be Jason from MMPR. They're going to have Coda from Dino Charge. They're going to have Zoe from Beast Morphers and Kendall from Dino Charge. Those are going to be the main heroes. And they're kind of changing up the ages where Jason's going to be a little bit older. He's not going to be as old as Austin St. John is now, but he's going to be older than 18. They say 18 to 28. And a lot of the information they have looks like it's casting information because they're saying like, oh, Jason, 18 to 28, but with an appearance skewing towards 18 to 20, blah, 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 fit martial artist. So like this doesn't look like a press release for the show or a brochure for the show. It looks like this is like the casting stuff they use. Yeah. But Jason, the way they describe him, is the head of Academy of Rangers and Cadets. So what it seems like they're going to do is have Jason sort of be in charge and then have Zoe and Coda and Kendall be like the Rangers under him. And then they're
Hexagon.
Not exactly, because, well, A, they're not going to be fighting Tommy, but B, they're going to have two new characters that are not Rangers named, at least right now, they might change. I'm trying to find it real quick. Sorry. Oh, two new characters, a male and a female, Ryder and Sky, who are a little bit younger, and they are seeming to be cadets. So it seems like they're going to be like the way in for the audience. Like, oh, we could be cadets. We could join. And the main villains are going to be Zed and Goldar. So the idea is that it's maybe trying to be intergenerational where they're picking newer characters that the kids will know, but having the classic characters that the parents will know. But what's interesting on top of that is the casting for Zed and Goldar, they're calling them Zeller and Gordon. And they're younger, and so it makes me think maybe they're like cadets to turn evil, a la Jared from Jungle Fury or something like that.
Yeah.
And Zed needs to be able to sing. The actor that plays Zed. So is this a musical? I don't know, but at the very least, Zed is going to sing something. So, yeah.
One thing that's funny about this is the actress who played Kendall, Claire
Blackwelder. Yeah.
Is her name?
Yep.
Blackwelder. Is a stage actress. Like that's what she's been doing post Power Rangers.
She's not going to be in this.
What I was going to say is it would be cool if she got to reprise her character for this because she still fits the mold for it.
Sure. Well, all of them except for Austin St. John could probably pull it off. And nothing against him. He can't pull off a 20-something-year-old. when they were talking about the previous stage show, which was not canon in MMPR, they had a villain that wasn't in the show. But what they would do is
It was like a lion villain or
yeah,
something.
yeah, lion. I think it was a gold lion or something like that. Luminous lion. Uh, what they would do is they'd have stunt actors be the Rangers, but they had like
Yeah.
Jason David Frank and Johnny Young Bosch, people like that, record the civilian parts on play it on a screen, and then they'd record lines that the actors would say. So they might have these actors record lines, but then I thought about it like, are they gonna have a different like it's unclear from this if they're gonna have the actors from the show play the civilians in some way, shape, or form, or if they're just casting new people. And I feel like they're just casting new people is the impression I
I
get.
agree.
Yeah, but very
Um,
interesting. I don't know when the last time they had a stage show was. I feel like it's been since the 90s.
It
Maybe
was, I
notwithstanding
believe.
something that was maybe at Disney when Disney owned them.
Oh, I was gonna say they may have had people go out, but I don't think it was like a thing. I
Right.
have a fun fact for you though about
Lay it on me.
the '90s live.
Did you
So
go to
in
it?
the '90s, I'm getting there. In the '90s, I was a young little big dog, and
A little big
I
pup.
loved Power Rangers. Little Big Pup. As you know, loved Power Rangers even as a kid.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, "Oh, Little Big Dog loves Power Rangers. I'm gonna get him just the coolest tickets for it. It's gonna be great." My mom was like, I think he's a little young for that. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little too much for him." He's like, "Nah, he'll love it. It'll be great." I want to say I was like 2 or 3.
Right.
I don't even remember. I was
That is
young,
pretty
though.
young. Yeah.
So we go. We like eat before. These tickets were not the cheapest, from
Sure.
my understanding, because we were close.
Right. Okay.
We were like a couple rows from the stage, right on the aisle. So we're there. I still remember this part vividly, even though I was a little kid and everything else. But we're there, sitting on the aisle. I think my dad's there, and I'm next to him, like in front, like not next to the aisle. And the show starts. Lights come down, whatever. Putties come out.
That's a
And
very
they
good
come,
putty.
and they're like feet away from me. I freak out.
Because their putties
And
are
we
gonna get you.
We literally leave right at the beginning because the putties freak me out. I'm crying hysterically. I remember being like next to a fence, like outside of it,
Right.
and I'm like still freaking out. I'm like, "They're scary. Oh my god." It's okay.
Like just trying to
Not
calm down
real.
enough to
They're
get in
not
the
gonna-
car, basically.
They're not gonna get. No, I think at first he was like, maybe he'll calm down. The putties will be
Oh,
gone.
we
We
can
can
go back in.
It was a lost cause though
Wow.
when we left. And
Oh,
my
that's terrible.
talked about it for years to come. Of like, hey, remember when you paid all that money to have Little Big Dog not go to a show?
Here's a question: Have you ever looked? Have you watched it? Have you looked online to see if there's like a video
I
of it?
did. I watched the VHS back in the day when I was a little bit older.
Okay.
And I watched, and yeah, like pretty much everything else happened the same. And I
Right.
looked, I'm like, we're scared.
It would be amazing.
Like I understood
if
when I
you
was
were-
older. I was like, yeah.
I would love it though if on one of the show recordings, like you could see this kid going, "Wah!" like being carried out in the beginning.
It's just me. I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
If anybody ever watches it, I guarantee you it wasn't the one I went to. But if for some reason that was the recording, you'll
Well,
probably see me.
It would have to be like somebody's like home video or something like that, as opposed to the official one.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, well, cool.
yeah.
I didn't know you had that anecdote. That's so funny. You didn't know I was going to bring up that news story, and then you had a great anecdote for it. So well job there, sir.
Thank you. Well,
the-
job to you.
Thank you. The next thing I was going to talk about, it's not exactly news because it's a little bit older. I posted this on our Facebook group recently, but I found a guy, Chris Allen Hess. I'm going to put him on screen here, and he did a cover, which I'll just play a second of it right now. Cover by Chris Allen Hess. This is Lightspeed Rescue, in case you couldn't tell. I'll skip ahead a little bit. And he sings, and he does the backup vocals and stuff. I thought this was really cool. I like the Lightspeed theme song. I like most of the theme songs. But I found that he also has a playlist where he does Lightspeed Rescue, In Space, Time Force, Turbo, Lost Galaxy, and Wild Force. And it's his own spin, a little bit more metally and stuff, but they're faithful covers. And again, these are not even that new, but they're new to me, so I'm sharing them. And just in case people aren't aware, there's another guy named Pelike. Pelike
Yeah.
is more famous, and he does this melody mega mix that does every season from the beginning of Mighty Morphin all the way up to I think Super Mega Force, and he did a Dino
Or
Charge, but
Dino
it's not.
Charge.
Yeah, but it's not part
Oh
of
no,
it.
Dino Charge was separate, but it went to
It,
Super Mega. Yeah.
yeah, and it's great. You could download it. Like I think you have to pay $1 or $2, like on iTunes or whatever, or you could just watch it on
It's on
YouTube.
Spotify.
It's on Spotify. It's worth
Yeah,
checking out.
because I have it on a playlist, and my fiance does not like it when it comes on. Because I'm like, wait, just let me get to it, and then I like somehow convince her to just let me riff for 10 minutes.
It's like, yeah, it's like a 12-minute song. It's great for like cleaning or working out or riding your bike. Like it just gets you pumped. And so Pelike is probably better, like his covers, but it's like a different version and it's all mushed together. Whereas if you want just a straight cover, Chris did that like kind of thing for you. I'll put Pelike up real quick for people that don't know. Let me that's Pelike, and I'll just play for a second. Starts with regular Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And then if I cut to the middle here, he's working on Wild Force. And then I cut again, and Mystic Force. And again, he goes through the whole thing. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that, try to turn it off. So that gives you an idea of what both of them do, and I recommend checking both out if you like Power Rangers music. So again, not so much news that's new to the world, but like new to me that I wanted to share.
What
Now,
about some news that might be new to the world?
like about what?
Maybe the future Power Rangers reboot movie?
Oh, dip. All right, well, let me pull that up on screen. Now, this one I have not checked out, so you lead us through this. I have it up on screen now.
Yes. So, obviously, Lionsgate had their Power Rangers movie in 2017, I believe, or 2018.
Sure.
One of those. Oh no, 2017, because at 2016 Power MorphCon they talked. So in 2017, mixed reviews. I happen to like it for the most part. Was hoping we would get a sequel. They're rebooting it again now that Hasbro has it. Totally understand. Jonathan and Twizzle. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's how I'm reading it.
Okay.
Is going to be directing the new movie, and there's a rumor going around that the entire Mighty Morphin cast of Rangers might return. Now, obviously, the Yellow Ranger, Twee Trang,
Right.
wouldn't be able to go. She had passed in 2000. But they're saying that there's the possibility of the other 5 Rangers coming back, maybe even, Adam, Aisha, Rocky, etc. Who knows?
As like
because
veterans, like playing their own characters.
Yes, because they're saying that it's rumored to be a Back to the Future kind of movie where there's new Rangers that would travel back to the
Oh, that would
90s.
be amazing.
Yes, so that's all we know right now. It's either coming out next year or the year after. There's so many rumors going around that
Right.
I guarantee you something I told you right now is going to be completely wrong by the
Sure.
time the movie's
Oh
out.
yeah,
So
yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
really fun. The director, do you know what else they've done?
No, I didn't look it up before the show, but
Okay.
I was gonna kind of leave it up to other people if they wanted
Gotcha.
to comment about it. But I do like that. Obviously, I hate using this description, but so many people do that. For a while, when it came to superhero movies, everybody's like, "Oh, the DC dark style
Right.
and all this Batman versus Superman." I know it's a joke used in the Unworthy Productions
You're darker than
episodes that
DC,
Gazbot's
brah.
not a huge that joke.
Yeah.
But this is the exact opposite. They're going for light, funny, really cool. So like I know we've seen it enough with things like Birds of Prey. I know was very light, even though it was a
Yeah.
little graphic. It was a lighter tone. Guardians of the
Shazam.
Galaxy, I think, paved the way for that. Shazam, all these other
Yeah.
movies that we love. I think that that's what they're gonna go for, if I had to
Right.
guess.
Which
And
they
I'm
should.
with either way.
Yeah.
I love if they do whichever style they do. I just hope it's good. That's all I'm asking for.
I want it to
So
be good too, but if it's gonna be time travel and that stuff, it should be a little bit later, and they could have some fun with it. I
Yeah.
think.
So
Nice.
that should be really cool.
All right.
But that are we moving on to some
I was gonna move on to something
little
else, unless
thread-based news?
no. Once again,
Oh.
you don't know the order. I don't know why you
See,
keep trying to.
I recommended offline that we
Yeah.
use a Google Doc to just compile
right.
all this, and
And
Gazbot's like, I can't use it. We'll do it live. So now we're here.
I didn't say I would never do it, but before we started, I said I have a list of all the news items. I said this to him minutes ago. I said I will introduce each news item since I know the order we're going in and I have them set up. And he said,
and I
okay.
said, that's a great idea that I won't follow. Let's go.
The next news item is personal to me because for those that don't know, I am an artist. The art you see in the middle here is mine. I do all kinds of art, but I do a lot of Power Rangers, Godzilla type art. And among other things, I sell prints. So recently, this is my Etsy store. I have 8 new pre-orders for my prints up. Now, why is this relevant? Well, because one of them is for Power Rangers in Space, Astro Megazord, and the full team on the sleds. And this would normally go for $20, but since it's a pre-order, it's only $10. The other Power Ranger related one I have up is the Rhino Ranger from Jungle Fury, the White Ranger. He would normally be $10. It's only $5. So it's a little self-serving, but it is also news because in a week and a half maybe I'm going to take the pre-orders down, and then you will have to pay double what I just said. And I have a lot of Power Ranger art down there you could look at, but the news is that there's pre-orders available right now. That was the news I was getting at.
Yep. I will say I haven't put my pre-orders in. I'm incredibly biased, but I started buying Gazbot's art before we became friends. So I know for me, I'm gonna definitely throw the in space print in my art. And I know it's not directly Power Rangers, but don't you have a VR Trooper headshot as well?
Yeah, VR Trooper. Actually, I could bring the link back up. Sorry, I didn't want to keep harping on it too much, but if you're going to talk about it, I'd be happy to bring it back
No,
up.
because I didn't know the Rhino Ranger was up. So all I saw was the face, full size print, which is normally $20, but is now 10. And then your headshots, which are normally 10, are down to 5. I didn't know you had the Jungle Fury White, but I did know about the VR Ryan
Steele.
I forget his last name. Ryan Steele. Thank you.
Yeah. So I have it up on screen now just so everyone can see. And like if you want a better look, go to Gazbot on Etsy. But I have Ryan Steele, aka Metalder. I have Space Sheriff Gavon. I have Kamen Rider Gaim. I have Godzuki from the old 70s cartoon. Then I have Godzuki, my own like 90s version, and then I have a Godzilla versus Gamera like battle image thing, which I'm bringing up now.
One fun fact about your VR Troopers print that I want to bring up is for those that don't know, before VR Troopers was a thing, there was a pilot called Cybertron in which Jason David Frank was going to play that, I guess, Metal Hero, and shot it, everything like that. And originally, Brad, what's his last name?
Hawkins.
Brad Hawkins was rumored to potentially be introduced on Power Rangers Season 2 so that he would later be the White Ranger. They decided that it would kind of be flip-flopped, and then JDF came back because everybody wanted Tommy on Power Rangers, so he went from the Green Ranger to the White Ranger, and then Brad Hawkins was Ryan Steele on VR Troopers, and then later was the voice of the Gold Ranger on Zeo as Trey of Triforia when he was more.
Yeah, which is why there are 3 actors, not including the suit actors, that were the Zeo Gold Ranger.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, that's not even true. There was 5 because there were triplets.
Yeah. So fun fact, you can buy this print, and if you see either Brad Hawkins or you see JDF at a future con, bless you, Gazbot, you can
I thought I muted that. Sorry.
No, I saw your face.
That's okay.
But yeah, so there you guys go.
To the power.
I don't know what's next on the list. So
yes, you do. It's the final news item, which is your news item.
Cool. So there's a store that I've heard of but never personally shopped at called Uniqlo.
I actually have
one at the mall. One of my coworkers swears by it.
I've only shopped there once.
Been.
They had some Star Wars shirts, and they actually had designs that, like, because everybody has Star Wars shirts nowadays, but they weren't like the ones you find at Target or Hot Topic. They were their own. And the one I got specifically because it was so weird, it's Greedo from the first movie, just pointing his gun, and on the back it's like Uta Duta Solo Sam Bitole Maratam Dita. I'm like, that's nuts. I have to have it, and it was like $12.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, yeah.
So one thing that I recently learned about Uniqlo, their prices are really. And that falls into this topic where they've teamed up with Ultraman.
Super.
And are going to put out a bunch of Ultraman shirts that are going to be like $15 for the guy shirt.
$14.90 to be exact.
Oh my god, dude! I'm not gonna lie. I looked at these and I'm like, okay, if I were to get like one or two, what would I get? And I looked, I'm like, oh no, that's gonna be hard to
I
narrow down
definitely
because
want the
there's
Bolton
some cool
Sajan.
ones.
I definitely want the
Oh, the
Bolton
Bolton
Sajan.
one's awesome.
That's number one. Then there's one of Ultraman fighting what's his name, Zeton. I
Yeah,
want that one. Those are the two I definitely want. And then the rest, like, I don't know. I'm
there's an
bummed.
Ultraman Zero on there, right?
Yeah, it's like a silhouette of 0 and 7 in front of like a city.
Yeah,
I don't like the
yeah,
color.
like
It's sort
that
of like a
looks.
salmon though.
But I love the designs of both of them though.
I mean, yeah, I do too, but I can't get everyone. Oh, there's also a little Pigmon with like a little balloon.
Yeah, you're a Pigmon guy. I'm not
Yeah.
a huge because I didn't watch Ultra Q.
He was in Ultraman as well. He actually had a
But
different. He was in both.
But Gazbot, I don't know
Yes.
if you know this, but he was in Ultra Q. So I don't know if you know.
Yeah, but you said you're not a fan because you didn't watch Ultra Q, but he was in Ultraman. I'm saying.
Gazbot, I don't know if you know, but I've only seen Ultra 7 episodes with you at your house because I don't have Ultraman.
You've never watched any Ultraman episodes at all?
I've seen clips, but I haven't watched like full episodes.
thought
I've
we
only
watched
seen
a couple together.
Ultra 7
And Ultra
and
7X.
then I haven't watched Ultra 7.
Ginga.
I've watched Ultraman X. I haven't watched Ginga with you.
What's Ultraman
But I've
X?
seen
the newer one. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've watched Ultraman Leo. I've watched a little bit of.
I think you might have watched Ginga S with me too, where it has Victory in it.
Nope.
Okay, doesn't matter.
That was one of the days that I wasn't there.
Okay.
Thanks for making me feel left out,
You're welcome.
Gazbot.
I will say I'm a little bummed that there are some kid designs that aren't in the adult designs. So
I
like,
know.
there's
That's
one.
one thing that
yeah.
always bothers me.
Yeah, I don't know
is
how
that
they make
they're
those
not
decisions.
always cross-function, but
the kids' shirts are $9.90 and the adult shirts are $14.90, which is good for any T-shirt, let alone a licensed T-shirt of a property that hasn't really been available in America.
yeah.
So yeah, so
Do
that
what I've heard other people do and
What?
just buy things for your kids years in advance and then just wait until they can use it.
that sounds
then,
insane. I will
who
say
would do such a thing?
the Uniqlo stores they're going to be available in May. Now we live in California and there's a lot around here. I don't think they're nationwide because it's a Japanese chain, but you can order online. So starting in May, if you want these and there isn't a store near you, you could order them online.
Yeah.
So that's it for me. Was there anything else you want to talk about real quick before we sign off?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, Gazbot and I are toy collectors, and we seem to talk about the Power Ranger toys just about every episode, if not every episode. So, two quick things about that. I wanted to go over those who either collect the Lightning Collection, or I actually met somebody recently who just started, and they got the San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack and some of the other ones, and they were starting to dive into it. So, just some recommendations from Gazbot and myself. I know we've brought it up on previous episodes, but when it comes to the Lightning Collection, for each wave they come to stores in cases of 8. Now the problem is there's 4 Rangers, but not even distribution.
Yeah.
So
which is common in many toy lines, to be clear. It's not just Power Rangers.
Correct. Yes. But Power Rangers has the biggest discrepancy because most toy lines have roughly 5 to 8 unique figures, whereas these, with only 4 per wave, they don't do 2, 2, 2, and 2. Like, for example, Lightning Collection Wave 4, there's going to be 3 Zeo Blues, 2 SPD Reds, 2 Blaze figures from Beast Morphers, and only 1 Mighty Morphin Yellow. In this instance, we would recommend, and we've already done it ourselves, pre-ordering Mighty Morphin Yellow, and then the others you can kind of have a little bit better chance of seeing.
Mighty Morphin Yellow is sold out on Hasbro Pulse right now, and might also be. I'm not sure if it's available on Amazon. I know it wasn't the other day. So this is good advice.
It is not.
It is not. Okay, so Amazon is where you're gonna have to get it, because like I said, it's sold out. And the other one,
Amazon, it is sold out as well.
Oh, so then you're out of luck unless you happen to find
Toy Store or Entertainment.
You're gonna be paying more money for that. On that, I would say take your chances of it being restocked or hit the stores. Actually,
obviously, these are a little late because these are supposed to be coming out this month. But in general, this is what we recommend when there's case.
Ranger Slayer is the other one that there's 1 per case, which we also recommend.
Yes, so for Wave 5, 1 Ranger Slayer, 2 Mighty Morphin Blue, 2 Zeo Gold, 3 Time Force Red.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, whenever it's a 3 per case, they usually go on sale. So I
Right.
personally wait.
Yes.
Gazbot doesn't because he doesn't like the risk of not being able to get it.
I've waited a few times. No, I've waited a
I
few times.
usually.
It depends on the
Gazbot
character.
always pays retailer more.
That's not
He
true.
never gets a sale ever.
You got me
That.
the Ravi. You picked it up for
I
me.
know,
That was on
I'm
sale.
kidding.
I don't like
If
your
we're gonna
jokes.
if we're gonna spew bad information about what you call it, me and Overdrive, which you're not, you better not put in that splice clip.
Wait, no, I would never spread bad information.
Operation Overdrive is my favorite season.
I would only use true facts about your opinions about that season. It's weird that
Anywho.
it's weird you brought that up. I wasn't even thinking about it, but if you wanted to make a statement that you had pre-recorded, I was happy to put it in for you.
Great,
So
there we go.
anyway, that's the news for this week. Oh, is there more?
One final thing.
Yeah.
So, with the rumor, or it's confirmed that the next season of Power Rangers is based on Ryu Soldier,
Yes.
which they're saying might be called Dino Knights. It's a dinosaur theme.
Yes.
It's a night theme. Who knows? But what I was gonna say is, Gazbot and I, in the past, when it's come to seasons of Sentai that we either don't know are going to be Power Rangers or we're speculating might be, we usually end up picking up some, if not most, of the Japanese toys. Like I know for you, Q Ranger, you
Yep.
picked up almost all, if not all, of the mechas. I picked up a few. For what was the trade season called again?
Tokuger.
Tokuger. You picked up some. I picked up some, stuff like that. Now that these toys are out and we know this is going to be the next Power Ranger season, do you plan on picking up just American, just Japanese, a little bit of both? What are your thoughts?
The only one that I really planned on picking up was the main red Zord that looks like the Tyrannosaurus that turns into like a knight. I've been watching that on Amazon for a while. It's been in like the $50, $60 range. If it got low enough, I was going to get it. Regardless of knowing that there's going to be an American one coming out, because I still think the Japanese are typically better. Hasbro stepped up over Bandai America.
Yeah.
That's the only one I would buy for right now if it went on sale from Japan. When the American stuff comes out, I'm going to have to look at it, and it'll be case by case. I won't be getting the standard figures because I think I'm just straight Lightning Collection at this point. I'm just going to stop getting the non-Lightning Collection figures. When it comes to the Zords and like the Morphers and things like that, I will see what Hasbro has, like I said, with the exception of the Tyrannosaurus one. What about you?
Yeah. I've been in this weird spot lately. I've been getting back into model kits, and they have the mini Plaws that are way more posable.
We've talked about this.
Smaller.
You have too many Plaws that you've had for years, and you started building one. Don't buy models until if you build both of those, then you're allowed to buy more. Don't buy them. They look awesome. I don't buy them because I know I won't build them. You buy them and don't build them. Makes no sense. And if you're like a mitten box collector, you're like, that's what I do. Well, okay, fine, but that's not what you're doing. You're buying boxes to put on your shelf. That's what you're doing. That's the end of the news. I don't even want to hear what you have to say after that. I've been Gazbot.
I hopefully will be the big Dawg Defender tomorrow if Gazbot lets it be so, based on this final tidbit.
Well, I will tell you 1 to the power.
To the power. See you guys later.
There's it. Can you see me?
I can see you. I can't see the credits.
I'm gonna just show them real quick. I don't know why I started doing this. All right, that's the end of the show.